It's time for bookkeeping, beer, and BS. Let's talk some business stuff. Are you feeling this summer lull, this post 4th of July? Like, where did all the customers go? You feeling that?
So, yes, but no.
Do explain.
So, we will we'll beat our best July by probably 40%.
No shit.
At least.
With what?
At least.
So it's all washing stuff, or what do you got going?
We booked a $68,000 university cleaning.
Those are the jobs you need in the summer, man. Like the school jobs. I mean, any school or university is clutch in the summer.
Clutch. Yeah, it's crazy. So we had
Is it your alma mater? Is it your alma mater?
No, dude, that would be a solid like $1 million, $3 million.
Well, I mean, if you did all the buildings, but maybe you just had to sell them.
Dude, it's great. Like, it's all brick buildings, and they all have like this concrete portion at the very top that's just crazy dirty. The rest of it's not so bad.
But if you got to hit that with SH, you got to rinse the whole damn thing, right?
We got an 80-foot lift. You got to rent it for the month, so we're gonna try and see. Like, we're gonna at least do my church's steeple, and I'm trying to see if I can get a couple others because it only costs us $250 to move the lift to another job site. So we'll do that. But we had our Chamber of Commerce did a reverse like vendor showcase kind of deal. Where instead of it being businesses wanting to pitch potential, property managers or whatever, it was all the local universities, the local cities. Like, okay, so this is what you need to do to become an approved vendor. Here's what you need to do. Here's what you need to do. And so, and we've got in Maryland, they have it's an SBR number, not a short barrel rifle, but small business something.
I like short barrel rifle better.
Well, this one gets me paid more than a short barrel rifle, unless you're like doing
unless it's an antique.
Yeah, we're gonna like pivot this real quick before like you get booted from the internet again.
Yeah, good point. Good point. I don't want to be in Facebook jail again.
But so like apparently there's funds that the state like budgets out for different projects and stuff, and there's extra stuff that's like just for small businesses, and so they could hire anybody and have to take it out of the one bucket, or if they hire me, they get taken out of this other bucket.
Ooh, that's
and then they have the residual money still in that bucket to spend on other stuff. So works out kind of well. Yeah. So
job security.
And it's a weird situation. Like, I got 2 sales guys, and like we're understaffed on the tech side, but like giving this proposal, and they're like, so this is going to need to be done on or by August 1st. And it's like, well, we can't clean 7 buildings in one day, so you're gonna give us an approval in like a day or two, right? And they did. So we started last Thursday, and we'll finish July at a little over 80.
Nice.
Yeah, and like our previous best was like 61 in July 2020, because that was when people finally like started spending money after being like scared.
Yeah. July is just such a weird month because you get like nobody books anything during the week of the 4th. Like the sales during the week of the 4th are nothing. And if you have a really good pipeline coming in, you're fine. But in most cases, like the pipeline's already started to slow by mid to late June. Like the calls have started to slow by mid to late June. And so like after July 4th is already pretty bare on the schedule. And then you go a whole week without any leads really rolling in. And you get to this week and you're like, oh shit. And then, then it starts to pick back up. But this is like the worst week of the year from a production standpoint for a lot of people that I see, because they just went a week without a lot of phone calls, and they weren't able to fill up all of this week pre-July 4th because the things started dwindling. Now, obviously that's not for everybody, but I feel like this year in general, unless you have a job like you just talked about, this year in general for a lot of people has been worse. Conversion rates maybe a little bit worse.
Yeah.
Number of leads quite a bit worse. Not everywhere and not every market, obviously, but the economic uncertainties are taking their toll for sure.
For sure. And I mean, the thing I posted earlier about it too, I mean, July is when you need to go back on every single estimate that you did the last 3 months and call every single one of them. Every single estimate that you haven't already obviously done the work for, but like,
or call them again and be like, hey, can we come back out? Is there anything you need us to? Yeah. Did you think of anything else after we left? You're like, these guys are so damn good.
Yeah. Doing that, obviously with the commercial side of it, which we also have, I got a $14,000 Christmas light job that we can go ahead and do in July if we want to. Or
do you do any permanent installs for lights?
So that one is part of that 14 is a permanent install, and it's actually a full removal and reinstall, or like install new materials.
Yeah.
So that'll be good. And again, it's where we are. It's not always about just money coming in. It's about work to keep people busy.
Yeah.
But we got 2 sales guys, and I told him basically, I was like, if we didn't have this timeline for this big project, I would be hitting marketing levers. You know, we're still have not filled the office position. I'm hopeful that we'll have somebody another soon. Yeah. My wife has been filling in, and as you knew, I always said,
you talking about Rob's hot wife?
Yeah.
Yeah. Nice.
It's weird. Like, I can kiss the office person and have sex with her too.
That's sexual harassment. I'm gonna have to talk to Tori and just see if she needs to file a lawsuit against you. Although she just ended up suing herself, so it's kind of fucked up.
Yeah. But yeah, so following up on old leads, hit your text magic, hit your voicemail bombs. And one of the things that I think is really underrated, and I doubt many other people do it, literally just go drive around by the houses that you've washed before and look for the ones that are dirty, which guaranteed that probably a third to half of them are dirty, and say, hey, Dan, just driving through the neighborhood, your house is dirty. Here's a price. Oh yeah, Rob, wash my house. Like,
hey, what's up, business nerd? Thank you so much for tuning in. I hope you learned a heck of a lot watching that episode. Do me a favor, subscribe right down here. And if you really like what you saw, you got more goods right here. Check out this one, or check out this one, and do this. Go subscribe. Appreciate you. Work smarter, work harder, go earn yourself some pride. Catch you on the next one.